Hey guys, welcome back. If you're a regular, you know what time it is. If not, welcome to the channel where we often dig into rare and unusual games. Primarily, this series tends to focus on the arcade and the more unique, rare experiences that came out of it. Today is really no different, and a game that in and of itself is honestly kind of a rare experience in the gaming sphere. But first, let me ask you a question. What happens when you combine a light gun shooter with an educational software designed to help you type better? Yep, you guessed it, you get Typing of the Dead. And no, this isn't a joke for those of you who are younger. This is a very real game that most of us knew from the days of the Dreamcast, which was no stranger to introducing strange and quirky games to its audience. Seaman, anyone? So if you have a minute, sit back and hang out a while as we go into another unique game and the experiences that it brought us. Now, most of us have played House of the Dead. If you haven't, well, go dust off a Wii or find one in an arcade and you can come back and thank me later. These games were a great, fun way to mow down some zombies using a light gun as the story unfolds around you. Why am I talking about House of the Dead, you ask? Well, simply put, Typing of the Dead was a modification of House of the Dead. Smallbit, who developed the game, which was published by Sega, modified the basic idea of House of the Dead into a typing game. The player would see words pop up on the screen and would have to rapidly type in the word into a keyboard, in essence, shooting the zombie with accurate typing skills. Who knew clerical work and data entry could be so exciting? Essentially, this game followed the story of House of the Dead 2, using the above-mentioned typing mechanics instead of a light gun. Basically, there was a zombie outbreak in Venice, Italy. James or Gary, whichever you pick, is tasked with tracking down the source of it and restoring order. The interesting thing about this game is that it actually had multiple endings, depending how you answered the final boss's questions. One of the coolest things about this cabinet is how it was actually presented. You see, this game originally dropped in 1999, only the thing was, it wasn't really released for console or PC. It was released in the arcade. Yeah, you heard me, this game specifically got a cabinet designed after it that was equipped with two QWERTY keyboards. To the surprise of no one. I mean, let's be honest, it's a game where you type zombies to death. I'll admit it actually would have been pretty amusing to walk into the arcade back in the day and watch two people argue about one or the other fat finger key, or swearing calendar was actually spelled calendar and not calendar. The game was actually pretty popular during the month it came out. It was about the fourth most successful dedicated arcade game the month that actually came out, and was pretty overly well received by critics. It even made the jump over to the Dreamcast. You see, the Dreamcast was one of the consoles pushing the limits of online with consoles and had a browser built into it. This way users could log in and use the internet as well as web surf. To that end, the Dreamcast actually had a keyboard and mouse that was sold to accommodate just that. Typing of the Dead just borrowed the keyboard. This wouldn't be the only platform that the game would get a release on. The PC, obvious choice, and even the PlayStation 2, where it actually came with a keyboard. So it was a fairly popular game for a pretty niche title. Today, I feel like, personally at least, Typing of the Dead is remembered quite fondly as one of those quirky, interesting Dreamcast games. Even though it didn't only reside on the Dreamcast, it was still niche enough that it caught the attention of many a gamer that would have leaned towards that system at the time. And in a lot of ways, it's remembered fondly as being one of the most successful attempts to combine edutainment and gaming into a successful property. Now, while it didn't get much of a sequel, or any sequels that I'm aware of, it's still remembered fairly fondly, at least by many of us. However, what do you guys think of this one? How many of you own this game on a console? How many of you played it on a PC? Heck, did any of you ever see the arcade version? Because I don't recall ever seeing it. Let me know in the comments, and while you're there, if you don't mind, please leave this video a like. And if you have time, check out some of the other videos that are up on the screen. If you like them, consider following the channel if you're not. For now though, thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. I really do appreciate it. Till we meet again though, have a wonderful day, and happy gaming.